Hello, this is Dr. Raj Gupta, J7, wishing Punjab Public School happy 50th anniversary, Golden Jubilee. I wanted to thank at this moment the Punjab government, the Board of Governors, and the remarkable faculty and the principals led by Mr. Kate from the beginning that have been so instrumental to the success of the school. From the time that Dr. Rajendra Prasad inaugurated the school in 1961, we have been fortunate to have been part of this journey. I remember when I was 11 years old, when I, along with 3 of my brothers, joined the school. On the very first day, the school opened its doors. My parents, who were emigrating to the US, entrusted us to the care of Mr. Kate and the rest of the faculty for the next 3 years, and they became our surrogate guardians during that time when we grew from young children coming from relatively unsophisticated backgrounds to the adults that we were so critical in terms of what we have become now. Today I'm a professor at the Kellogg School of Management, and I also have an occasion to advise senior management, CEOs and others on business strategies, organizational design that will help their companies succeed. These are multi-billion global companies that are critical to the entire future of what we do. My brothers, 2 of them are doctors and they have done extremely well. The other one, commercial real estate developer. All of us have our own individual companies, and we are ever so thankful to the Punjab Public School and the years that we spent here, because they were the bedrock foundation for what we have become today. And to the point that where we have the values that we picked up from the school, we continue to drive through our own children. One of the values that we learned early on was discipline. We didn't think it was such a fun thing then, but discipline is something in life that has become so critical to the success of everything that we do. We also learned how to take on a job, however tough it was, and make sure it was done right and it was done with the best of your ability. We learned the idea of teamwork, how we could support each other, how we could be there for to cover for one another. In the individual houses like Jamna, Bias, Satluj and Ravi, we became very, very close to each other. We also learned the idea of competitiveness, the idea of intense rivalry that the various houses would have with each other. And that is the basis of life going forward. We learn how to have fun together. We learn how to share moments of both joy and sometimes despair. All of those values and the wonderful foundation led us to where, as we left the school and joined our colleges and universities in the US, one immediate benefit of the school was that we were able to graduate college at 18 versus the typical 21 or 22 that the American universities graduate their people at. And that, along with all of the values that we still remember today as we visit the school back, we are astonished and are very pleased with what we see in terms of current generations of students who are carrying the same task on and even better. I remember a lot of the things that happened in our school years as if they were yesterday. Very strong, vivid memories that we often relate to our kids as we bring them back to the school, as well as when we talk to each other. I remember the last match that we played with Jamna, fortunate enough to beat Ravi in the football tournament, and we celebrating with Mr. Bhardwaj with small bottles of Coke and knickknacks. It was as if we had won the whole war. I also remember the informal football games that we didn't play on the field, but we played in the hallways in the secretariat of NABA, where the seniors would take on the juniors, and the juniors, of course, would be helped by somebody like a Mr. Bhardwaj and others. I also remember very clearly Mr. Kate. Mr. Kate's eloquence and Mr. Kate's statesmanship and his leadership, which made the school and led the school from its fledgling first few years, where it could start to compete with the likes of Snauer and others. Mr. Cowell, who was the first housemaster, was an Englishman who was a strict disciplinarian. We didn't quite appreciate it then, but he had a very soft heart, and we really learned an immense amount from him. Many other teachers, Mr. Tankha, Mr. Bhatnagar, we had a relationship with them that not just as a student teacher, but as people who eventually became our friends and people who made us part of their families. So as we celebrate our 50 years of this school, we're looking forward to this school to have a continuing stronger influence with respect to developing leaders. It has already done a remarkable job of developing many, many leaders both within the Indian society, the Indian Army, Air Force and others, but frankly also on the global stage. So my congratulations again to everybody who's been a part of this journey, and we will certainly cherish our time that we spend at Punjab Public School, and we wish everybody the very best of success in the future. Thank you so much.